to take a plane to another plane, to another plane, to another plane, bumping Baka not nice while I'm trapping in the rain.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to episode number 28 of Ezza Trips Balls. Sorry, 29. 29 of Ezza Trips Balls. I don't even know what episode I'm on. I have for this episode he was my first ever two-time guest. Now he is my first ever three-time guest.
Third time's a charm, yo.
The very special, one of my best friends, Jor-El of Choon Gang.
You already know what it is, yo. I'll cheers and drink to that, yo.
How you doing, man?
Oh, man, you know, fucking lavish, B. We just
Living lavish?
Good, bro.
Bring that a little bit up.
Okay.
Sorry, and my apologies to all the listeners if there's been any kind of audio issues. I'm just kind of getting the rust off in the new setup. You know, it's not exactly what I'm used to, but I think it's getting better and better. So thank y'all for sticking with the Ezza Trips Balls show. So how you doing, man?
Yo, man, shoot, like, things going good, you know, working and stuff lately, and just vibing. I finally came out, checked you, and, you know, just, bro, everything's just motherfucking great, man. I don't even know how to put it in words, bro.
That's wonderful. I'm glad to hear it, man. I'm glad to hear it.
Man.
You spent some time up north recently?
That, bro, we could talk about that for sure. Fuck
See,
yeah.
Jor-El, he's from the city, man. He doesn't get to experience, he's from the big city. He doesn't get to experience the great outdoors, great outdoors too often.
Great.
Yeah, so talk about that, man. It's a pretty cool experience.
All right. Okay, so what happened is we went to the cottage for the week. Me, my little bro, my little sis, stepmom, and their grandmother. Well, I call her my grandma too. She raised people. She was around my whole life. So we're all out for the week to the cottage called Tedious. Well, the lake itself is Tedious Lake. I can't really remember the name of the location itself, but literally it is nothing but trees, green grass flow all around, trees everywhere, water. The lake was like a dome inside lake, like no one can come in from the outside on their boat unless they like had it on their trailer and have to like drag them up to the thing and come in. Like,
right.
So like you have like a whole bunch of freedom. Like you can do whatever the fuck you want. You can have a party on your boat basically out there.
Damn, all right.
It was like one of those, yeah. It's crazy. So it's just like, and then I see boats and stuff out in the back. I'm like, oh, we got all of this. This is all us? They're like, yeah, this is all y'all. It's like, all right, shoot. It's like I was a little nervous. I ain't gonna lie, because like you said, boy from the city, you know, I ain't used to them boats, and unless it's a motorboat, but these are like rowboats. Like you got to put in the work your damn self. Like I even got freaking calluses from doing all that shit, man. Because I was out in the freaking boats all day and shit like that. So I learned how to finally row like the big boats with the tube, like going back and all that shit, and fucking kayaking. I tried that out. I was scared to canoe. Because canoe, they told me, the instructor there, he's like, Dad, they have more chances to tip. I'm like, yeah, haha, no.
I'm not trying to tip. Yeah, I've canoed, but I'm very still water. I've never kayak to me seems a little bit scary, but apparently it's chill.
It's so chill, man. Oh my God. Like literally, I don't know if you played the God of War game for the PS4. Him and the chest is going out in the water like that. I literally felt like just being Kratos by myself, just flowing out. Just felt like I was lost. Like now, like it's literally like how I see it from my view. It's like you're in a life or death situation now. Like you just put yourself out in the middle of like so far away now. Like if anything were to happen to you now, it's on you now. Like
yeah,
nobody's gonna come out swimming on some Michael Phelps shit coming to save you.
Michael Phelps. Tap the ball and then
you tip
in the water.
You tip over that motherfucker. You by yourself. You be like on the water on some ice cube shit from that fucking already done yet. Get the fuck back up and shit. You know, like it's life or death situation. So it's just like you gotta really be cautious how you moving and shit, and keep straight always. I learned that technique because I remember when I was kayaking, I tipped a little to the side a little, and I actually felt myself like shifting, ready to like go. I'm like whoa. I'm like straight. I'm like, okay, so you just gotta like really keep yourself straight and just it's pretty simple, but like you say, you gotta know how to move. But it was awesome, man. Like, and then rowing a boat, fucking rolling up a blunt in the morning and shit, going out to the big boat, just kicking that shit off at like fucking 8 or 9 in the morning. Just everybody, some of the people are asleep, some people are awake. And I'm just off in that boat by myself, smoking a blunt, listening to that Moments in Love track. That shit was peaceful as fuck. I don't know, man. I just found my inner peace. The stargazing was beautiful.
The stars are next level, man.
Fuck,
Up there, oh my god.
nigga. Like we were saying the
See
other
nebulas and shit.
bro. It's like we were talking about last night. Freaking, I was seeing like layers, like the stars, like like a nighttime. I think it was yesterday. When at nighttime, it was just only one layer I seen.
Yeah, it's like
So-
holes poked in
yeah,
a big black
yeah,
sheet.
Yeah.
And then when you go up there, it's like depth.
Boom.
Yeah.
1 layer, 2 layers,
It really humbles
3
you.
layers.
It's like
You're
you see a tunnel, a depth, like a depth perception into the different distances of the stars are all fucking millions of light years away.
I seen satellites move, bro. I seen 3 satellites, yo. 2 shifting this way and 1 shifting the opposite direction. Oh shit, sorry about the sign, dog. It's Woodwood.
It's pretty solid,
It's
bro.
some solid
Yeah,
shit.
shouts out to Deke Catello on the
man,
sign.
yo, Deke, man, yo, you the shit, man.
Yeah, and AWOL on the logo, actually.
Okay,
I think
okay.
maybe confuse people giving Deke all the credit on this work. He did the signage, but the logo was AWOL the barber. So shouts out to both those gentlemen.
Shout out
On
to
the
all
local
y'all, man.
scene. So yeah, you saw some satellites.
I saw Mars too in the lake. Like
Yeah.
it reflected off the fucking lake. That changed my fucking
It's so
life,
humbling,
man.
and it's like we were saying last night. The way the satellites move because there's no wind resistance.
It's
no
just
weather.
a straight
It's like
thing,
perfectly
like,
programmed digital. It's
holy
like you click it with your mouse. And
yeah,
drag
and you're
it
moving
over.
with the cursor exactly where you're going. Yeah, it's
maybe
fucking
space is
nuts.
digital, fam.
Bro, don't you start about that. You just broke a code right there, dog.
Yeah, I just broke to the next layer, man. I just broke through something. So how long were you out there? A week?
A week, Saturday.
That's a
to
good
Saturday.
fucking length of time to spend up north, man.
To be honest with you, man, it shit felt like it was like a month. Cause like when I came back, everybody's like, "Yo, man, were you gone for like a month?" Yo? It's like, nah, I was gone for a week, and it's just so much different. Like I remember at nighttime, cause me and my brother, we were sleeping. It was like I don't know if you saw the pictures. Like there's the big part, and then there's like a little outside part. Me and my little brother was sleeping in the outside part, so we were separate from everyone else.
That's dope.
So like we had our windows open and shit, and then like my niece woke up at like 4 a.m. She's crying and stuff, and I woke up from it. You know what I mean? Because I was worried as an uncle, of course, but like I didn't go check because I knew my sister had it under control. I'm hearing, the Canadian geeses, the ones you see on the loonies.
Yeah,
I'm hearing those motherfuckers at night, yo, howling. So it felt like a wolf howl. It sounds like some wolf shit. It's like
like a loon.
I've never heard of that shit
man.
before, bro.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, damn, 4 a.m. in the morning to do that. It's not annoying.
it's peaceful. Yeah.
Right.
You could still
Yeah.
sleep to that,
And I didn't even want to sleep because I want to keep hearing it, yo, because
Mhm.
it's just new to me.
Yeah.
Which is-
Beautiful, man.
It's so different, man.
What a great experience.
And I learned chess finally. That's where I got into the birth of chess.
Yeah, we're gonna. We were talking about doing like a chess podcast idea, but then it was pointed out to us by my manager / girlfriend that people
Shout out to her,
listening,
though.
will not know what the fuck's going on. Oh, that's a very
that's
good
true.
point.
That's true because we'd be so
No,
focused
that-
on trying to move.
Yeah,
and shit,
chess requires concentration.
Concentration.
So we're gonna play a game of chess after this.
Hell yeah, bet.
I'll be sure to report back to you in the next episode of who won the chess match. But yeah,
Alright.
no, chess is a cool game, and it's like I said, I've been reading the Tao of Wu by RZA lately, and he talks about a lot of just like street concepts, hip hop concepts, Eastern mysticism concepts, kung fu, this, that, or the other, and he talks a lot about chess as well.
True.
And I was unaware that there were so many different styles of the way to play chess. I'm like, I thought like you just sat down and played, but there's like Sicilian
there's
style,
moves.
there's Russian style, there's like French.
You talk about like styles,
Oh yeah, man.
like
And there's motherfuckers.
culture styles.
Yeah, and then they
Okay.
could the way they clash up against each other. Sometimes it goes well for one side, sometimes it goes well for the other. But like you
side,
can't
yeah.
play, or like a Sicilian player can't play well against a Russian player.
Oh,
Like whatever.
shit.
Yeah, there's all sorts of crazy shit.
Okay.
Yeah, within chess, I'm like, man, because it's like it's infinite basically. With the way the game was designed, there's an infinite combination of things that could potentially happen, or almost infinite. So there's different styles within that. It's crazy. Like, there's so many different levels to being a chess master. And apparently I think there's a computer that you can face online where you get to a certain amount of points, you're considered a chess master. It's like 20,000 or something like that.
Oh, like actual points. Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Or
true,
something
true.
like that. I don't know how they score chess, but yeah, no. So chess was great. When I lived out in the mountains for a bit, we didn't have very good internet, TV, any of that shit. So we had to entertain ourselves, and chess was one of the main things we did because it's like it takes some time, and it's fun.
It kills time too.
Yeah, and it's actually even fun to watch people play chess,
Oh,
which
yeah.
you wouldn't think it is.
Because
But
you
if
just
you're
wonder
there-
what that next move's gonna be and
Yeah,
who's really
and it
smarter than who, and
It
just
can
like
get intense, right? And
it's
then
a
you
battle
see
of wits.
somebody like make a move where you like they're not seeing something that you're
not seeing,
and
yeah,
you're like,
and then
"Oh."
yeah.
Usually I'm the one who's making that stupid move, and everybody around the chess table is like, "Oh, this guy's an idiot." But I do lose more than I win.
I ain't gonna lie. I've been losing a lot too. I played a few humans that I've lost, but
Yeah.
I played a computer and won a couple of levels, but
Yeah, playing a computer's fun as well. Actually,
it gets annoying after a while. Like it's
Yeah.
good up to a certain point, because then after a while you get pissed if you constantly losing.
yeah, and they move
And then you lose the
instantly.
full.
whereas
Yeah,
you gotta stop and
think. Exactly. That's
and
why I
then
like
you
playing
fucking
people.
take 5 minutes to make a move,
And then he just
computer's
instantly
boom.
done.
You're like, ah,
nigga, really?
Like,
You
I fucking didn't even think of that.
But the thing is with the computer, what it teaches me though, it's like as soon as he makes his move, what's his next move? Like I look at all his pieces and I analyze.
It helps you learn.
Yeah,
the game.
It keeps you locked in. You know?
And then when you do play a human, you fucking have some
You have a
skill
higher
set,
It's funny because
higher understanding.
my sister's husband, that's who got me into the chess game when we were out there at the cottage because we had no connection, like you said. And then he's like, he played me that first time, and he's like, "You're understanding quick." I wasn't like getting into the moves and shit, like, but I was understanding the concept of where to go and how to move certain ways. Then I come back to him like a couple weeks after the whole tedious trip and played him again, and he like I had him basically like trembling a little, like
Okay.
like
You had him
I
up
lost
against the
still.
ropes.
I lost, but like he's like, you definitely improved, kind of thing.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I was like, all right. For a guy like you to say that because you a good chess player, like that's a compliment.
Yeah, it's just good for your brain.
Oh,
It's
man, I
good
love it.
problem solving
I
and
love it.
strategizing and
I love
going up against adversity. You know what I mean? Your back's against the wall. You've got nowhere to go.
Mm-hmm.
You got to find your way
Way out,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, it's very good skills to learn and develop in yourself.
And it teaches you actually shit how to move in life too, man. Like learn how to make the good moves and the bad moves. Well, not really the bad moves, but like you know what the bad moves look like and know how to avoid it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and this is the other thing that it related to in the Tao of Wu. And Ezza said, we must be weary that of our minds digitizing, because everything that we do is so connected to digital, and everything digital is just like so like set in stone. It's programmed and it follows the program and it goes with the program.
Yeah.
And like it may work good in something, but we don't want our brains to work that way.
Facts.
And chess is a perfect example of that, because people who become chess masters and can beat chess master computers, they do it with the randomness of the human mind, because they could play the best technical game in the world, and the computer, because it's programmed to play the technical game, it will always win, because it understands what you're doing. But if you do something random and chaotic that the computer would never expect, that's
true.
how you beat the
computer.
Yeah,
exactly. You gotta be unpredictable with it.
Yeah, and that's something that we can also relate to in life, is like you need to find that other, like you could play within the technical way things are supposed to be done, or you find that spirit, that chaos, that element of randomness that only human beings can really produce.
True shit.
You know? So I mean, you find that alternate way, and then the motherfuckers who find that alternate
those
way,
motherfucking genius, yo.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that our minds being digitized and us being so connected to our phones or computers, this, that, or the other, is eliminating our ability to have that unpredictability, that spontaneity, that randomness, right?
True.
So I think that that's why we always must go back into nature and do shit like that.
And like I said, when I recapped, when I go back, like I said, like I was away from, literally my phone was down. Like people could text me, call me, but I couldn't call them or text them back, and I couldn't go on the internet. Literally, I couldn't go on Facebook.
And it's very freeing.
Bro, like it's like you said, like without the screen, it felt like time was more existent. Like
like
different. Like
time hits different.
time
when
hits
you don't got
different
the
and
screen.
moves slower.
Yeah.
Like it's one morning on TD's League. It was one morning in the week. I woke up at 6 in the morning. I couldn't go back to sleep, so I was watching TV. We had VCRs and shit, which was a fucking kicker.
Nice.
I mean, like, be able to rewind
awesome.
and shit. That shit was beautiful.
That's what I'm saying. That's that analog shit.
Yeah,
We're
man.
losing that from our lives.
And then when I just
everything is digitized. It click, stream, it goes. We don't put the cassette into the motherfucking VCR.
Yeah.
I know I sound like an old man, but like there's some value to that.
It's joyful, man. Like even like the responsibility of rewinding it, and making sure you can watch it again. Yeah,
this is a machine that's playing me a movie off of a box with a film in it that's fucking spinning, and like, whoa, there's a different. It hits different.
Yeah, man.
But anyway, so yeah, go on.
So it's like I wake up at 6 in the morning, and then I put on a movie because I couldn't go back to sleep. I put on Spy Kids. Shout out to that movie. I mean, it's gangster shit. And then I'm like,
Gangster shit.
And then like, the sun's coming up, and I'm like realizing, okay, 6 o'clock. Hour kicks later, the movie's done. It's like 7. I'm like, oh shit. It's like it just didn't feel like an hour. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Felt like I was up for like 3.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, okay, I look at my phone, but like the time just surprised me. I go up, nobody's up yet. I'm like, all right, shit, all right, cool. Roll up a blunt again. go hop up on the boat.
Then we put on Spy Kids too.
They didn't have that, unfortunately, but
that's great, man.
It's just different. And I didn't know
you have a whole day, and then it's like, what? It's only 11 o'clock,
dude, bro. I didn't know how long I was out on the boat for. That was the real kicker, because like I was out there and I smoked the blunt. My blunt was done, obviously, but I was enjoying the high and all that shit. I was out there for like 2 fucking hours.
Damn.
I'm like, holy shit.
Just meditating.
Yo, I like just in the zone, in the fucking zone. And then I come back to the thing, like back to the shore and shit. And it's just like, damn, like this is different, man. It's like, I don't even want to leave now. Like, so I kept saying to myself, I just didn't want to leave. And when it was the last day, I was just like, damn, I want to go.
You know, you got to reconnect with that part of yourself, you know, always. And that's one of the things we love when you, the legendary time this guy came down from Toronto, and he's a complete fucking hoodlum. And me and Chuck got him to do mushrooms with us.
Oh man, I think that day, that day honestly settled me down. That day we took shrooms, that honestly changed my whole perspective. I don't know, man. It's like,
it fixed.
I went from hood to good hood.
Yeah,
like
you never lost yourself.
Hood. Yeah, but I became good. Yeah, like I was reckless. Yeah, don't get it twisted. I was ruthless, but
I think that, you know, when you can't go up north or go out to the mountains or go out into nature, or go out on a boat.
Yeah.
Something like mushrooms helps you still access that part of yourself
without all those activities,
without having to go
all
there,
those activities.
You know?
Exactly.
That is,
and that's what it was, man.
And
like,
when you go out in nature, you reconnect with that same feel that you had on the mushrooms. You know,
it was like that time where me, you, and Chuck, when we were high on mushrooms. This is it was actually my first time. Actually, it was my first time on it, because we did it twice or 3 times, I think.
I think twice.
No, yeah, twice. You're right.
Twice of an actual trip.
Yeah, twice. Yeah, you're right.
The first time was banana.
Yeah, because like remember we're at the harbor. I remember this day clear as day, and I think you do too. You and Chuck were on the bench. It was at the harbor, and there's a rocky thing that was beyond, and I was over at the very end on the rocky part.
Yeah.
You and Chuck were saying something. I can't remember what it was, but as soon as you guys were done talking, like I was hearing your voices, but I don't know what you guys were saying. I turned around and I looked at y'all, and I'm like, this is so right. And then you just hop over them damn rocks, like, come give me a dab. It's like, yo, bro, you were thinking like how I was thinking. Like, we were just synchronized, bro.
Yeah. We were watching you look across Lake Ontario. Like,
I was looking at Toronto, man.
Yeah, life is so full of beautiful moments.
I remember that.
And psychedelics, you know, they're one of the things that really does help you see it, like it or not. And like we're here, we pulled this hoodlum down to St. Catharines for a bit to come hang out in the Garden City and just chill and smoke weed and make some music and whatnot. We end up doing these mushrooms. We go out to the harbor. We go out to the lake. motherfucker. In St. Catharines, you look across the lake on a clear day, you can see
Toronto,
very, very
clear as
small.
day,
you
yeah.
see the skyline. You see it very clear, but it's very small.
CN Tower.
So Jor-El had been dealing with this, like being such a product of his city and a product of his environment, and not being able to sort of escape that mindset, right? And then he was able to physically escape it, and then the mushrooms helped him escape the mindset.
Mentally, yeah.
And then we watched the physical
transition.
We watched that happen as he literally, physically sat at the end of a harbor and looked across a giant body of water at the city. And now there was a separation there. There was a distance there. There was
it was like I cut it off, basically.
There was some mental space. You gave yourself a buffer. And you were sitting there, and me and Chuck were talking about, like, here's, like, like, we were just so happy that we were able to give you that experience.
Right.
And we were talking about how we think that a lot of people from the hood should be able to have the mushrooms experience, and it would help them to sort of
put the gun down,
turn
man.
away from violence and stuff like that. And as we're having that conversation, you turn around. That's so right.
Yeah, that's like, fucked up, man.
And me and Chuck were like, damn, this is the cure, right? So yeah, I think that when properly used, psychedelics, mushrooms, LSD,
it does take you to a good place.
It can really, really heal your mind, and mental health issues are just so prominent. I think we need to be looking into these things because, I've been made such a better person, and I haven't done really psychedelics. I haven't had an actual proper trip in 2-3 years, and before that it was another 2-3
I haven't had really touched it.
I did one nice trip out in the mountains.
Okay, word.
But it was a weird experience. It wasn't as glorious as it should have been. But I needed it. It was therapy. And I haven't done it since then. But every experience that I've had was a life-changing experience. And I try to, like, it's so weird because I want to share these experiences with people, but it needs to come up organically. I don't want to
you don't want to just throw into it. Yeah.
And then, the obvious, the kicker of the story ends up being, Chuck unfortunately passed in an accident that was related to being on mushrooms. But it's like nobody. So then you tell that part of the story, and people are looking at you like, well, why are you still talking about mushrooms like they're the greatest thing in the world? It's like, because they are.
They are. It's just if you used it properly. Unfortunately, he
Chuck
used it
would have
wrong,
said
man.
the same thing. He wouldn't have condemned mushrooms or blamed the mushrooms at all. He would have known it was his own fault that he got himself. The death wasn't his own fault.
No.
But the fact that he got himself to a point where he lost control
of himself,
was his own fault, and he would admit that.
Of course.
Right? He knows. He researched everything he did.
Of course.
But that just it goes to show how, like, I really believe that trying to get this, like, get people to know the positive changes that it made in my life and your life.
Of course.
Like, that's how powerful they are. That they led to the person who meant the most to us passing away, and still we can sit here and go, they changed our life for the positive, more than the negative.
Definitely. So unbiased about it, being totally unbiased about it.
Yeah. So I think that when people hear that we can have gone through that and still feel like, hey, if you're depressed, if you're going through depression, if you feel like you can't escape your mental state, like, go to a safe environment with some people you trust, who are going to stay more sober than you. And
can watch it back.
And have a couple grams of mushrooms. And it's not for everybody, but I'm saying if you even have a slight thought that maybe it could help you, but you're a little bit hesitant,
try it.
Do it. Like,
take that leap of faith.
But just, don't be scared, because fear is not good for you when you do it. But ultimately, you're going to be fine, and just have people you trust around you and be in a safe environment. There's a lot I got to preach to people about, like a lot of people want to go out and do this or that while they're on mushrooms. And it's like, honestly, I've done it every way. The best mushroom experience is in good home, like at home in a place you're familiar with. You don't have nothing to worry about. You know where the bathroom is. You know what I mean? When you're out and about tripping and you start worrying about shit,
your mind goes to a whole nother place, man.
Like your mind is like, okay, I'm supposed to be, like, taking care of myself here, but I can't. That's when bad trips can happen, right?
I remember that time. It was in the time I took for the first time. We were watching Captain Murphy Duality.
Oh man,
And I tripped the fuck out. Like, I actually had a bad trip on that one. Like, it was a good trip until the end, and then I had a bad trip and I was tripping out because, like, it's like, for me, in my point of view, it felt like life, of the dark side of life, finally slapped me in the face, the truth of it all. Because that duality basically explained everything in that
Captain
30
Murphy,
minutes,
I'm
man.
so happy
It's
we showed you
fucked.
that. Yeah, Captain Murphy Duality. Do not watch it sober because you won't know what the
fuck
you're
you're
witnessing.
doing. But when you're on
But
shrooms,
if you watch that on acid or
shrooms or any type of psychedelic,
yeah, it's exactly what you just said. It's the dark side of life
being explained to you every single fucking,
and then how like the beauty of life couldn't happen without
all that madness. Exactly.
And that's duality, right?
Holy fuck. Just talking about that shit want to give me goosebumps.
So now if I'm to write a prescription here, Dr. Ezza Trips Balls, say, safe environment, have someone you trust in the house. They don't even necessarily need to be with you, but just somebody you trust that you can call upon if you need them.
Mm-hmm.
But you can even be alone. And as long as somebody's around that you can get to.
Trust, yeah.
And a couple grams of shrooms. I would say 3, but if you're scared to do 3, even
do 2.5 or something.
And hey, I don't want to necessarily recommend Captain Murphy Duality, but if you're feeling bold, put on Captain Murphy's Duality. I think it's still on YouTube.
No, it is.
That shit'll change your motherfucking life. But anyway, even without the Captain Murphy's Duality, just safe environment, something you like, something like comforting things around you, and mushroom high, and just you will realize how much you have to be thankful for, and that alone will kind of reset you a little bit. You'll be like, hold on a sec, like I could be out in the cold, starving on the streets, like pissing in corners and not knowing where my next meal's coming from.
It's crazy.
I'm at home. I'm safe. Even if your home is a shitty place, you're on mushrooms, you're still gonna be like, dude, I'm inside. I'm warm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'd just be so thankful for even what little you
turn
have.
Nothing into something, and that's what we were tripping on when we were on shoot. We came up with that too. We were going, we have nothing. Something.
Yeah. That's the nature of reality. That's the nature of creation. We all sprang from nothing. If you believe in the Big Bang Theory or whatever you want to call it. Even if you don't believe in the Big Bang Theory and you believe in religion, it still was nothing
to something.
Even the Bible says that shit, basically, more or less, in much more words. But that's the book of Genesis. There was nothing, and then God said, "Let there be light," and then there was light.
Boom, boom. So here comes
that's all in science now. I sound like a crazy person, but it is. Like it's
stupid.
I look at the Bible and stuff, and I understand where they're coming from, and I think just the misunderstanding of it is what's led to so many fucking problems.
Right.
Yeah. And that's another thing that I think psychedelics would help people to understand.
Shift their mind to understand that side a little.
The religious shit they're into. It's like, if you believe in God, if you believe in Jesus, great. Like, there's a lot of stuff there that is great for you.
That can help you be
but if you are not in the right mind, you're not going to interpret it in a healthy way. And that's what's happened.
That's what leads to power tripping. People.
Yeah, that's
power tripping.
A lot of people think Christianity is evil because it's done a lot of evil shit. It's been responsible for a lot of evil. It's supposed to be anti-judgment.
It's not really responsible for a lot of evil. It's just the person who wields that power is responsible of it. It's not the religion's fault. It's the carrier's fault. You know what I mean?
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying is the misinterpretation.
Yeah.
It's like it's people who are not dealing with that information properly because they're not in the right state of mind to accept it. Like, yeah, when I read Bible quotes, like, I get where they're coming from.
Of course.
I don't take it literally, and it's not even quite metaphorically either. It's like here's something that you can just apply to life in whatever way works
morals,
for you.
Moralities, yeah,
in whatever way applies to your life. And the fact that thousands of years later, it still applies to people's lives is pretty remarkable. And again, tripping balls might help you realize that. So, it was not intended to be some everybody do psychedelics thing, but hey, it's 2020. We don't know what's going on in this world, man. It could all come to an end any moment.
Just live it like it's
We're
your last,
blessed to be broadcasting to you, to have this opportunity to even get our voices out here during this time, this very special time in creation and existence.
Big facts.
Where big changes are happening and there's a lot going on, and here we are, cozy, being able to get our thoughts out to the world. So
Mhm.
there's a lot to be thankful for, man. And I encourage everybody to get their voices out as well, because who knows how much longer we got, man.
Right.
So
Love your neighbor. Just love your neighbor, B.
love thy neighbor.
It's like that homie in your last part, the last episode before. Was it the last episode, homie?
Yeah, Lonsley G. Shouts out to LG.
Shout outs to that dude, man. That was the real interview, man. Get your neighbors to be up, and then them neighbors can help. That was some real shit, man. That's just sticking with me, man.
Yeah, I gotta introduce you to, because you get along pretty well.
No, man, he's man. I fuck, just from what I've seen, I fucks with him already, man. That dude's the real truth, man.
Yeah, shouts out LG.
Shout out LG, man.
It's all just about love. It's all about love.
That's it, man.
Love is
go far, bro.
Love wins.
Yes, of course, and it'll be. Some people say love is a weakness, but like in that lifestyle where that love is used, that's where the weakness is, because that lifestyle has no love. So love is like a baby cub coming into a pack of fucking hyenas.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You think that baby cub's gonna come back home?
Yeah.
Nah, that baby cub's innocent, has all the love and shit, and he gonna get mauled alive.
You can get far.
You can
without, like, by just being an asshole. Like, you can get far without love. But
at the end of the day, you're gonna be all alone.
You gotta fucking still lay your head on the pillow at night. You know what I'm saying?
And then you're gonna be all alone in that
like
pillow
by yourself. So, love is really the answer. You can not achieve anything. As long as you got love, you'll still be all right.
That's some real fucking shit.
You're done
man.
right by the people you love, and they're all happy and healthy too.
That's some real shit.
What more can you ask for, man? Of course, we have dreams, we have aspirations, we have shit we want to achieve.
That shit's natural.
We have stuff we want to see come to fruition while we're still on this planet. We have people we care about, we want to help. Who may not be in the best situations. We have all of this, all of this drive, but at the same time, we need to make the foundation just an appreciation for what we already have. Just gratitude.
Hell yeah.
And then from there, we can cultivate more and share that with others, and then they can cultivate more and share that with others. And we're gonna save this world, man.
Hell yeah, bro. That's it. Save the world one day at a time, man.
While we still have a chance, and then we can still go out into nature and look at the stars, man.
No, B. All I know is it's like I said, it was $1,500 for the whole week, bro. She showed me the app, like my bro's mom. She showed me the app and shit like that. Yeah, nice places though. Like there's 7 room, like a place that holds 7. It's right down, like the down one from where we were. As they hold 7. I think that one was like $1,700.
Yeah, you gotta figure like an apartment in
good.
St. Catharines is $1,500 for a month.
For a month,
you could go stay a week at a beautiful cottage, a beautiful place for that same money.
And you have all the access to everything. Like in your backyard, you have the rowboat because they don't have motorboats.
Crazy. And then you
have
got dishes and everything
you
there
have dishes. You have your kayaks. You have your canoes. You have your life jackets. Got everything you need. You got your movies.
Hey, yo, Tourism Ontario, cut us a check, baby.
Yo, dog, straight up, yo. We need to get away, yo.
Ontario is a beautiful place when you get up above Toronto.
When you go out north,
at least
that's the
2 hours
places.
Past Toronto, and you're
it was literally 2 hours from my house to drive there.
And then everything up from there. And the crazy thing is you look at Ontario on a map.
It looks small.
It's huge. Right? Like where we are is tiny. Like,
okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Even when you drive like 4 or 5 hours up, you're still like there compared to how big Ontario is. Like what we call Northern Ontario is not even the north of Ontario. It's still pretty much in the southern half.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So, but you go far enough up, all you're ever gonna get is
the city boy don't know shit.
Woods and bears and Aboriginals. God bless them. And so you travel anywhere up north of Toronto, there's that sweet zone where humans can still inhabit before it just turns into the wild.
I always wanted to go to
that's just gorgeous.
The native resort.
The reserve.
That's the resort. The reserve. Sorry if I said resort. The reserve.
Yeah,
I want to go there.
It's some hood shit, man. You'd probably feel right at home there.
Not a matter of some hood shit. It's like I know it would be hood shit, but it's just those are the first people of this nation. You know what I mean? This is the lands. I want to understand the ways and shit like that. You know what I mean?
That.
Like, man, because they cool people, man. I met a lot of native people. They are very humble people, man.
Yeah, they're dope.
But
And it's unfortunate what Canada has done to them. Right?
And that's what pisses me off,
there shouldn't
man.
be reserves, like, you know.
They have there's some badass water apparently over there.
Yeah, they've stuck them. Well, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of beautiful native reservations as well.
Yeah.
But there's a lot that were made for them, and they were all kind of bunked in there and fucking thrown in there with no proper plumbing and no water and no fucking resources, and just like, here, this is what you get. We'll take the rest of your country.
You know what I respect for the natives though? Their police force over there, the reserves, they don't kill.
Yeah. Oh, and they have their own court system as well.
Yep.
Which, you know, they should have the right to fucking have, right?
Yep. They don't kill.
They don't,
unless it's really a bad situation. But like, I get that part, but no killing. That's some gangster shit. Like, if a guy has a gun, you're gonna probably negotiate your way out of it, make him put the gun down, kind of thing, and then probably tase his ass, maybe a little one too. Yeah. But still, like, that's perfect, man. Like, these cops need to fucking take notes over here.
The video of the native chief when he got knocked out there by the cop. It was around the same time as George Floyd, but it was in Canada.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it was like this old native chief guy. The cop fucking punched him out.
Nah, brutal. Man.
And they shouldn't even have to listen to our cops. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, because
we pay the taxes for those cops,
and the cops aren't even in their jurisdiction. Though.
I don't think so.
They're way out of.
But it was RCMP. It was an RCMP officer, which is like
RCMP. Okay.
They look after the national parks and everything.
Oh, okay, those guys.
And hey, I'm not claiming to be some Canadian Aboriginal expert, even though I am kind of one. My mother's Métis, so I am half Aboriginal, although I found it out late in life, so I haven't really identified with that culture until later in life. I do now, but I don't pretend to be an expert in it now. Because I found out I have some native blood. I'm not going to be like, I'm the man to talk to about these issues. But I've always been emotionally invested in all the, you know, race oppression issues, including the native one. And now that I found out that I am, you know, my own family basically disregarded and hid their native identity for generations until they eventually became like racist to natives because they had to so deny that they were natives so that they could like work with all the white people and work with all the other French Canadians and stuff. And then they bred with them and this, that, or the other. So I don't know how thick my native blood is, but they like my grandparents, if you told them they're native, they'd be upset. Like they'd be like, no, I'm not, they're lazy, they're this, that. They'll rattle off the stereotypes, but they are them. Yeah, so it's
that's some
up.
Uncle Tom shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's fucking Steven. Yeah, Steven from Django.
Yeah, Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, fucking Uncle Ruckus ass shit. But yeah, so that's why I'm never gonna be the guy who's like, you know, speaking for native issues or whatever, because my family denied they were native while they were alive. I didn't find out we were native till after my grandparents died. Oh shit! So they went to their grave not even really accepting. You know, but they were amazing people. Sorry to make my grandparents sound like racist. They're actually amazing people. That's the problem, is they were conditioned to be this way.
Yeah, right? They're what's the word? Brainwashed.
Yeah, and that's part of what Canada did to the Aboriginals here, is they were either again forced onto the reserves, or they had, if they wanted to live with the Christians, they had to
go and be Christians. Yeah, it's funny. It's just like light-skinned kids back in the day, like in those racist times,
exactly,
those slave times. It's like, okay, well, guess what, buddy? You're half white, half black now, so you could pick cotton with your blacks.
Or you try to assimilate with the whites.
White people actually have an education, learn to read, have a job, and then eventually
they breed out the black, and then they probably become racist. The same thing that happened with migrants, because they want to deny so much that they have that in them that they become against it.
And it's funny, there's this lady at my work, I think she's like Guyanese, but she's like light-skinned Guyanese, and she just not really like, I don't know, like I think she hates niggas, man.
Well, I always find it funny how the different islands, the different Caribbean islands, hate on each other.
It's so weird.
Like Jamaicans and Trinidadians talk shit about each other. They all talk shit about Guyanese people. Guyanese
It's
people
like
talk shit
it's weird. It's
about
like
them.
it's like the Trinis
Well, I
and
guess
Jamaicans
sorry,
hated.
yeah, Guyana's not an island. I'm
It's
sorry.
like the Jamaicans and Trinis have beef, and then the Jamaicans and Trinis settle their beef to have beef with Guyana.
Yeah.
And Guyana just has beef with both of those.
I think Guyanese are just jealous that they're not from an island.
Yeah, exactly. They're in Africa, right?
No, South
Okay,
America.
South America. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's like
thank
I believe it's the top of South America. God, I'm sorry if we're like
yeah,
doing facts wrong here.
I'm terrible at geography.
I believe Guyana is in the northern part of South America, like right under where the island.
Okay, word.
That's why I'm right. I think, and that's why they have Caribbean accents and all that, even though they're not a Caribbean island. Yeah, it's like
South
between
America, right?
Venezuela. Yeah, right next to Venezuela.
Oh, okay, shit. Say word.
Yeah, and then the islands are like going to be up here.
Ha 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 ha.
So that's probably why. But shouts out to Guyana.
Yeah, Guyana's
Shouts out
cool.
to Tanisha.
Yeah, shout out to Nitty. Yeah, that too.
She's, I think, the only guy. I know I've worked with Guyanese people before, but she's probably the only Guyanese person I could shout out. So shouts out to Tanisha. Shouts out everybody, though. This is an important conversation to have in 2020. There's a lot going on in the world, and
too much.
They're rough times, and it's just important that we all get together and love each other as much as we possibly can. And when we make mistakes and when we say things that like if I said some wrong fact about Guyana, I want motherfuckers to give me the benefit of the doubt that my intentions
Motherfuckers will be reporting this video.
Right, exactly. So let's just give each other some space to breathe here. All right, it's a very tense situation in 2020. But yeah. You know what I said? Give each other some space to breathe, because without even thinking about the motherfucking coronavirus. I just meant metaphorically, but also literally give each other some space to breathe, because you don't want to,
contract anything.
They're working on COVID-20, I heard. So
wait, COVID-20?
I'm just fucking
around.
What
the fuck?
Yeah. No, but COVID-20 is probably coming.
But apparently, like, they're trying to do vaccines now and shit. Yeah, they can suck my dick with that.
You're not getting it, eh?
They can suck my dick, my left nut and right nut, and the whole schlong.
Yeah, well, that's going to be interesting, because we're in Canada, where it's weird, right? Because in the States,
they're kind of forced to.
Well, no, we are probably going to be more forced to, just based off of the way our healthcare is. Like, hey, motherfucker, we give you free healthcare. If you come into our clinic, you're not leaving without this vaccine.
Nope, I ain't going in that motherfucker.
That's what's going to be going down in Canada. So, like, even though we are in a very fortunate situation where our government has a lot of power, they were able to stop the virus in its tracks. Its downsides will be, because they've done that, they can now say, hey, motherfuckers, you listen to us. We were right. Yeah. All right. Look at the states where they didn't listen.
Think about this, man. The way how I see the vaccine, man, the vaccine is like they're literally giving you the fucking flu or whatever the virus is. And now it's up to your body to see how strong it is to fight it, or you lose and then you die. Now they just basically killed you without fucking killing you. You know what I mean? They basically shot the bullet, dropped the gun on the scene, and said, "Come find me, nigga."
Yeah, it's a tough one. Like, I'm definitely skeptical about vaccines. I do believe that they can cause problems, but I still overall believe if they
gotta lock me up for not taking it, lock me up.
Yeah, but again, it's easy for us to say in Canada where the virus is not that bad. Like, we can still walk around, we can still go out as long as we wear a mask, we can still go shopping. Because we've controlled the situation. If we lived in the States where it was actually getting really scary right now, though, I might want the vaccine, because you know what I mean? Because I actually would feel like, okay, there's a lot of motherfuckers running around that don't even give a shit about the virus, or don't even believe it's true. And I was skeptical about it at first, like everybody else. But it's like, at this point, when you've had 100,000 people die in one country or whatever, I don't even know what the numbers are now. I'm probably lowballing it.
The numbers is stupid now, like, because in the beginning it was attacking old people, which was understandable because their immune systems are low. I understand that part. Now they're attacking the ages in between 20s and 40s now,
which is scary.
What do you mean scary? No, it's stupid, man. Because fucking think about it, man. Because I was seeing like fucking. On the news, there's this, like, fucking college frats and shit like that. They're fucking having a party to see who could catch the fucking first.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? And they're in their 20s. So it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
People in 20s
Like,
and 40s are idiots. That's why. Yeah.
and the 40s and the 41, they're just like those stuck head up their ass kind of people.
Oh, and there's a lot of people down
Entitled
there that
people.
don't believe in the fucking virus.
Yeah.
They don't think that Trump believes in it, so they don't have to believe in it.
Yeah,
No.
it's just stupid.
It's a scary situation. But
Just
I,
die.
in so many instances, I say I am just thankful that I live in Canada, and it may not, we're so close to the States that when shit goes down, it's inevitable we're going to be affected. So that part sucks.
Right next door to those bitches.
Well, other than that, we're in an amazing spot to be. Now, I've already decided as soon as they invade us,
I'm
we're
out.
talking about going up north. I'm just starting to walk north. I'm gonna grab the nearest compass and I'm gonna just start walking north.
Just come pick me up, B, and I'll
Because
rock
as I've
with y'all,
said on
dog.
this show before, no American is making it past like Oshawa.
Hell, fucking no.
They'll take over all of Southern Ontario, and
Yep.
that'll be it. They ain't going any further than that.
No, because they can't survive that further.
Yeah,
we can.
we can. They can't. It's gonna be too cold for them up there and shit. We gotta just all head north. So basically, the bottom half of Canada is gonna
be theirs.
America, and
And then we're gonna be the real North America.
Yeah, and we're all gonna have to be like tribesmen and shit. And then
Fucking Eskimos.
Like, Americans will go on little safaris to go up and see the Canadians. You know what I'm saying? Like that. We hear there's some wild Canadians up around yonder.
Fucking ice fishing and shit. Here we have some Eskimo kids ice fishing.
It's just like regular Canadians playing on their iPhone.
Not even
in the
ice
woods.
fishing.
Yeah.
Just by the ice pit.
God damn, man. It's a crazy world. It's a crazy motherfucking world.
Fuck, man. God damn.
God. Well, shit, I'm heading up to episode 30 of Ezza Trips Balls, man.
Yo, man, damn.
About to hit the
You know,
milestone, man.
yo, B, I'm motherfucking proud of you, man.
Thank
I'll
you.
say that
Thank you.
motherfucking right now on this shit right here, man. You came a long motherfucking way, G.
Yeah, I didn't know how long it would last. I've known I was going to do a podcast for a while, but I finally got it started. Thank you, Mike Hart, for helping me get it started. And once I started, I'm like, all right, I can do it. It's easy. I'm gonna just keep fucking doing it and keep getting better at it. And,
It's not even the podcast too, but like just musically and as a person and everything else, man. You just evolved and evolved and evolved, and it's just like I'm like behind you, kind of following the footprints, like I did with Chuck. You know what I mean? I'm just right behind, trying to elevate my damn self just to be better day after day. You know what I mean?
Thank you, man. And that's
yeah,
all.
you know
That's
what it is,
all it
babe.
is. It's just every day you're trying to improve.
Yeah,
yourself
exactly.
As a person,
Exactly.
Do things better, and just
It's like you said, I was a hoodlum. I was like, I'm still a little bit of a hoodlum now, like just a tad,
yeah.
but not as I used to be. I was
Just stay on the journey, man, and just don't let yourself get
caught
stagnant.
up. Yeah, don't
like
get
just
caught
like
up.
every day, you should be thinking about how you can make your life even better.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna think, either don't think and just enjoy your life,
And think and make
or
sure you make the right
think
decision.
about how to make your life even better and how to make. Because I'm an overthinker, and like if you don't control your thoughts,
You'll
they
go
fuck you
wacky,
up.
yo.
They
You'll go
fuck
wacky,
you up.
yeah.
They throw you right off your path, man. So it's like if you can control your thoughts to improvement and self-betterment, and but also with, again, as I mentioned earlier, with that foundation of being thankful for what you already have and what you already are.
Right.
And then like, okay, so now how can I take this and improve it for other people around me and make it even more amazing for myself, and just cultivate good life. I'm not the biggest Drake fan. I'm starting to like Drake.
Nice.
But when he says more life, I know what he means. It's
yeah. Live to next.
Yeah,
try to
like
live to the
just
next day.
constantly just cultivating a richer expence in life.
What life
now,
is, yeah.
that doesn't necessarily even mean money. Now, in Drake's case, it means a lot of money. I'm a lucky guy. But it doesn't have to. Like, more life is a concept I fuck with because it's just like more life.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean a longer life. It just means like more like enriching experiences.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
like, moments that make you feel alive. Like there's a lot of times that you're going through life, but you don't really feel alive. You're just
That's what I'm saying. Tedious Lake for me, I felt actually alive for the first time in like fucking a decade. You know what I mean? Like,
in music.
That
You
too.
feel alive, right?
That too.
Hint, hint, wink, wink,
Hint,
nudge,
wink,
nudge.
wink, nudge, nudge.
Maybe that's why Jor-El is down here. So be on the lookout, motherfucker.
Shh. But don't tell nobody.
Unless, you got to watch the Ezza Trips Balls show to get these exclusive bits of information.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hint.
Yeah. So I don't know how much crossover there is. And like, I wonder if there's people that listen to the podcast that don't fuck with my music, and then people that fuck with my music that don't listen to the podcast.
Yeah,
You know, it's kind of cool. I like to promote them on each other somehow. You know, start rapping about podcasts.
but
I
hey,
won't do
man,
that.
the best way to do it is to look at it now. It's a win-win because now if they don't like one, they could like the other. If they don't like one, then they can like the other. It's just like, either way, you win.
Yeah.
My
My mother always told me if you throw enough shit at the wall, something's gonna stick.
Yo, that's what. Yo, Mama D on some shit there.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Throw your shit at the wall, ladies and gentlemen. Throw your shit at the wall.
Something will stick. I like that.
Yeah. Something's gonna stick. And I think on that note, we can wrap this motherfucker up. It's been a great conversation.
Yo, man, it has been.
I think a lot of people can take away some gold nuggets from this.
I'm the Mount Rushmore in this motherfucker here.
And have a couple potential episode 30 guests, but I don't know who it's going to be yet. But look out for episode 30 because
I bet.
it's sure to be a milestone.
But yeah, shout
Big
out
love
to
my
LG.
man Jor-El.
Yeah.
Shouts out to LG on 28.
Yeah, straight
Go
up.
check that out.
Straight up.
Big ups to my man Jor-El coming through for the third time.
Yeah, I know what it is. Well, it's not
First
really
time.
coming in because like this is now an actual
Actually, the
like
first two we did were
a
over
video.
Zoom.
Yeah, this is the actual first
time
encounter.
in the studio, but third time on the show.
So I'm glad. I'm
So
grateful
this
for
man
that.
is the Mount Rushmore.
I am.
Ezza Trips Balls and Keenan. Shouts out to Keenan as well. He's been on twice.
Okay, word. Yeah,
but you are now third time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the motherfucking man. So look out for anything new coming with Jor-El's name
Yes,
on it.
Sir.
Because he comes down here to work with me, baby. And if
I
you're
don't
working
come
with
out
me,
here
your
for no
shit's
show,
gonna be
man.
dope.
Yeah.
And I don't give myself enough credit, but I'm gonna give myself some credit because if you come work with me, I'll make your shit fire. I'll make your shit fire. You mean the fire's within you? Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna help guide that fire.
This
So,
boy is on fire.
Alicia Cheese, baby. About to get that money. Peace and love, man.
Peace and love.
Love y'all.
Take a plane to another plane, to another plane, to another plane, bumping back and not nice while I'm trapping in the rain.